Aren't you about tired of listening to sports shows with all the woke bullshit? So are we. This is Patriot Sports Radio.
Patriot Sports Radio.
Fed up with the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media. If it's sports from the high school level to the pros, we're talking about it like the red-blooded Americans we are.
God bless America.
God bless America.
God bless America.
Let's do this. And now, here's Eric, Angela, John, Chris, and the coach.
Welcome back, my friends. It's an NFL Sunday. We got John here from Denver. Chris is over there, as the big voice guy said. Angela's en route. Coach will be here in about 10 minutes. Everybody's fired up. We're watching football. We got scores in front of us. We got endless things to talk about. Kyle Pitts has 0 targets for 0 yards and 0 receptions, and the internet is melting down. What do we talk about first? The Browns up 10-0 on the Bengals, who we were told were really good at football. The Ravens only up on the Texans by 1 point. We got the Panthers beating the Falcons. Underdogs looks like the way to go. The Arizona Cardinals, 13. Washington Commanders at home, 10 points. Jaguars up 14-7 on the Colts. That's rather predictable. The Steelers getting trounced. They got a touchdown late at the end of the first half, but it's 20-7. And it doesn't really look like they're in that game. Pickett's throwing interceptions. Chris has suggested a couple times that maybe his hands aren't big enough for the NFL. What's your main takeaway so far, John? What game are you shocked by the most?
I think Steelers, Niners, because I anticipated that to be a slugfest, maybe a lot of field goals. And it looks like Tomlin didn't do his homework on Brock Purdy. A big part of that was, who is Brock Purdy? Was he on a heater last year because no defensive coordinator had time to plan for that guy midseason? Now that they've had the summer, it seems like, Mr. Defense himself, Mike Tomlin, didn't put a good plan together. So that's what's the most surprising to me. And that's not even the Steelers. That's Mike Tomlin, which is a big indictment.
These are some surprising numbers. Joe Burrow at half, 6 for 14 for 36 yards. Joe Mixon has 45 rushing yards, which is respectable, on pace for 90. Deshaun Watson, only 15% completions, but he's got 85 yards. Chubb already 10 carries, 57 yards, maintaining his 5+ yards per carry average. I don't think anybody's ever done it 6 seasons in a row. He's done it 5. So we'll see. This Cardinals game is wild. There's been turnovers. Does it feel like there's been more turnovers than an average week? It feels like week 1, the football's greased up. People forgot how to hold on to it. Maybe we're not doing that in camp. Maybe we're not practicing holding on to the football.
It's sloppy. And as I look at the TV, I look at Chase Young's throwing a pick. CJ Stroud's running for his life. If he hasn't thrown a pick yet, he's going to. He's on that trajectory. And we've seen fumble after fumble. So a little sloppy to begin with, nothing too out of the ordinary, but definitely will play into your fantasy. And even Trevor Lawrence, the second coming himself, is throwing a pick. So that's hurt me today.
Trevor Lawrence definitely looking like the guy they told us he was going to be these days. We were talking about whether or not Brock Purdy was actually good at football, and we weren't sure. He's made a good case for himself today so far.
I wouldn't say we weren't sure. I was pretty sure. I took the Niners today.
That you did. And that's looking good. Titans +3 also in our Ridley parlay. And the Titans are up by a field goal. So we're getting 6 right there right now.
That's my surprise of the game.
Yeah.
Calvin Ridley.
Yeah.
I got him cheap in about 3 different drafts this year. Pretty far down. About 9 through 10, 9, 10, 11 in there. I stole Calvin Ridley. Paying off today.
Yeah, he's got a vendetta against the NFL. They kicked him out for placing a couple little bets, and now he's reminding everybody that he's still good at football. People said don't draft him because, I don't know, we haven't seen him catch a ball in a while, but these wide receivers can play into their 30s effectively. We don't need to be 24 years old. I'm sure he was just doing sit-ups and push-ups and thinking about what he's going to do on this particular day, and he's doing it. I think he had 8 catches in the first half, 92 yards, a touchdown. Everybody's going to want to wear number 0 now.
No big deal.
This Buccaneers-Vikings game is tied at 10 at half. Our boy Baker Mayfield, 8 for 17, 82 yards and a touchdown to Mike Evans. Cousins, 22 of 29. He's on pace to throw it 58 times today. 273 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. That's where I'm going to get screwed in my DFS lineups. I took Baker in this game rather than Kirk Cousins. Kirk destroying people right now. He also fumbled a snap. So Justin Jefferson, 7 receptions, 138 yards.
My Lord.
Then the rookie Jordan Addison, 4 targets and a touchdown.
Yeah.
Little balanced attack there in the air.
Addison looking much better at football than Adam Thielen was last year. So maybe we all sold these Vikings short when we said it was the Lions division and the Packers division. Maybe if the Vikings can come up and they're playing some defense, allowing only 10 points at half. Coming up, we have Raiders, Broncos. That'll be fun. Eagles, Patriots, Rams, Seahawks, Dolphins, Chargers. That's going to be a fun one. Dolphins, Chargers, and Bears, Packers. I think that's where the late window is going to be really interesting. I think everybody's going to take this Bears Packers game as an indicator of how things are going to be for the next 10 years. So depending whoever wins, that fan base will either say the guard has changed, everything's different now, this is the Bears division, we're going to own this rivalry for a while, or the Packers fans will just say, yeah, everything stays the same. We just draft another Hall of Fame quarterback. No big deal.
The third quarterback you're starting week 1 since 1993.
That is not a bad record for a franchise, huh, Eric?
That's pretty good. I see pictures of these fans with all these jerseys laid out on the floor, like 20, 30 jerseys. It's like, oh, how do you go through all those terrible relationships? We've had the same couple guys since I was a little kid. If you can do that, I recommend it. I don't know why more teams don't do that. Just draft Hall of Fame quarterbacks back to back. It's brilliant in its simplicity.
So we're rolling into Chicago today with a broken receiver squad.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about that, brother.
Well, there's not much to say about the receiver squad other than Jaden Reed's playing. Christian Watson and Romeo Doubs both popped up with hamstrings on the injury report. Week 1, evidently. February until today isn't long enough to get yourself ready to play a football game. Here I'm seeing Romeo Doubs is active against the Bears. Christian Watson is inactive. That's as of 19 seconds ago. So Packers inactives are wide receiver Christian Watson, running back Emmanuel Wilson. He wasn't going to get a lot of run anyway. A couple DBs I've never heard of, a linebacker named Brenton Cox Jr., and a couple old. So maybe that's a factor. I know the Bears are going to be getting after him.
Coach
hey, how's
is
it going?
Here, and he's back.
What's up, guys?
Welcome to the party, pal.
Man, you guys got it going on up there. That's exciting.
You sure do.
That is exciting.
Dude,
that's good stuff, man. I've been watching you guys all morning. Man, what a great day. What a great day.
Yeah. I thought it couldn't get any better. And then I walk outside and there's a food truck out there. Well, actually, it's a whole barbecue setup with what's that called with the barbecue on top of the mac and cheese?
It was Heart Attack Mac.
Yeah. That's some homemade mac and cheese with barbecue thrown on top of it. They hand you a fork and say good luck. And then I went out there later and he's making mac and cheese bacon bratwursts.
That's called winning at life, gentlemen. That's when you're winning at life.
Yeah. It was legit.
And then ice cold A&W. Thank you very much.
Just 1 second. Then right next door to that, you suck that Heart Attack Mac down the old gullet, and right next door to that is homemade donuts. They fry your donuts up right now and put them in a big old bag and dump cinnamon and sugar on them, and it's like they just melt in your mouth. And then when you're done with that, you're just sweating because the donuts are still hot and greasy. Then you go next door to that, and they have the best ice cream. So
call that the carnival sweat.
Yeah.
Coach, you gave a knowing nod to that particular sweat. You're
Been
familiar with
there.
the donut sweat.
That's a good
fresh
feeling.
donut sweat. Yeah.
That means you're doing quality yeoman's work. You get to that stage, that's what I like to call success.
So what do you think about these football games so far? The
Well,
Arizona Cardinals are ahead right now.
I honestly have been surprised at a couple things. Pittsburgh has literally laid down, and I can't understand why. I know that San Francisco is good. I just thought Pittsburgh at home in a home opener, I thought there might be a little bit of rust factor. The hottest team in the preseason has obviously been Pittsburgh. They've been scoring on they've scored in every preseason game. They've been doing phenomenal. And I just expected more from them. I thought this would be a pretty close game going into the end. I thought San Francisco might win, but I thought at home that Pittsburgh would keep it close, and they just haven't. Jacksonville has been about what I thought, but Indianapolis has been way better than I thought. I didn't expect this from Indianapolis.
Niners.
Yeah, Anthony Richardson with a head full of steam at the goal line is pretty unstoppable.
You got to watch out for that.
Yeah,
he scored that quarterback delay up the gut touchdown. It's like, how were you not defending only that?
That's exactly right. Mayfield has been exactly what I thought he would be, and that's a champion.
My God.
The Vikings have been what I thought they would be, and that's a pretender in week 1. They're showing you exactly what they're going to be about week 16 too. So go ahead and take note, Vikes fans, because this is what you have to look forward to all season. They're going to be exactly what they are right now. They may they may win this in the end. They may win this in the end, which will give everybody a chance to celebrate the enormity of their success. And then when we get this week 16, we'll do the same thing again. Everybody will be excited because they have a good record. But this is what your playoff hopes look like, Vikes fans. I'm just going to tell you, and I wish Angela was there so I could break the news to her.
She should be here momentarily.
I would remind her, though, and this is something that I feel like that we need to go ahead and come to terms with sooner rather than later. I don't think that there's not going to be a similar medicine for the green and gold this year either.
What?
Good gravy, guys. Good gravy. I'm so frustrated
Reed
with that already. I mean,
Romeo Doubs will play.
When I logged in, I heard you guys, and Eric, I think, hit the nail on the head. You're telling me from February to now in September, you couldn't possibly find yourself a way to be healthy for week 1. I mean, we're week 1. We're not week 20. I mean, this is week 1.
Yeah.
You can't be healthy for week 1. What the hell? It better be a debilitating injury.
Yeah, what are we doing if you can't show up the first day?
I just equate that to a real world, really this generation mentality. I take a job, but hey, about that first day, I'm going to need to take off that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why don't you try to throw that at your boss?
Yep. 5 minutes into a contract, I need a new contract.
I know you just hired me for this framing crew on Monday, but man, Mondays just aren't good for me. So how about a Tuesday afternoon-ish?
Ish.
Yeah.
Colts tied it up.
Yeah, that's gonna be a battle. The early window has not been kind to me, gentlemen, and neither was last night. College football was really something that just, I mean, good God. I still hate you, Texas, and I think that you're jerks. And I hope Alabama loses every game. Saban, you schmuck. You literally suck me in with your bullshit, and then you drop me on my head. So, Pokes rallied late last night. I don't know.
I stayed up.
They rallied late in the desert, which went ahead and kicked me in the giblets one last time because I thought for sure that was a signature of Gundy going out west and coming back with a loss. So I went the other side of that.
Hey, Will is on the Twitters right now screaming Mayfield is back. Here we go.
We may. Hey, he may be.
If I was Will, all I'd be talking about right now is the Arizona Cardinals and how I told you guys they were going to win.
If
Yeah.
Will ought to be talking about his dadgum Washington State Cougs who went yesterday. Also, thanks, hats off to the mighty Badgers of the state of Wisconsin that went ahead and railroaded me there too. I just literally started off the day really positive with a kick to the giblets by the Cyclones, who decided to play their 4-minute offense in the last 30 seconds of the game.
Yeah.
And then, they laid down there, had a chance there at the end, and just, pretty much gave up the goat on that. I got a little bit of life by the Buffs, which I thought was literally like taking money. I don't know why Vegas is late to the party on that, because the Buffs are legit. They're really good. I don't think Nebraska was very good, but we'll see. I thought Matt Rule would put up a better fight, but I knew, the last thing you want to do in a team that's about really similar to you is go ahead and fire them a bunch of bulletin board stuff for the week. And I thought that was ignorant.
Yeah.
I don't know how Rule isn't a little smarter than that, but hey, today's off with a good start of getting kicked in the giblets again. So I'm thinking that, I'm kind of in a shooter slump right here. So what I got to do is just keep stroking it until I find my groove, and the afternoon window is looking pretty promising.
Yep, that's where I do all my damage, in the afternoon window. That's what we'll tell ourselves.
Well, I can tell you, and even more, guys, whale of a Monday night game, man. I've been under the weather for about a week and a half right now, and I've been taking about every horse tranquilizer I can find, and doesn't seem to be getting anything on it. I think if the CDC were to get a hold of my status, they probably would have me under some kind of tent evaluation. But anyhow, moral of the story is, what a whale of a Monday game we've got coming up. I'm so excited about that. And that is the real star of this week, I think, is that game itself is going to be so good, because those two teams are really, I think, going to be contenders in the East. And what a way to start the season,
Yeah. Aaron Rodgers v. Josh Allen.
Yeah.
The passing of the torch.
Yeah.
The new old guy.
Yeah. It's going to be great.
New York media is going to have a field day with headlines.
Oh,
if they decide to make fun of Rodgers.
Oh, if Rodgers comes out, so let's just say, and I don't know that this will happen, but let's just say that Rodgers comes out and lays an egg on Monday, and the Bills just steamroll him. What do you think that presser looks like at the end of the night? It's going to be good.
Oh man,
it's going to be good.
It won't be like anything he experienced here.
No, the New York media is different.
The softballs are going to be gone.
Yeah, right there in the media room is going to be it's hostile.
Hard knocks honeymoon over.
You're going to see
right.
a shoe get thrown at him.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a shoe thrown at him, and they're splitting the kids up and dividing up the offshore accounts.
Yeah. But if he wins, they're going to jerk him off. So here we go.
Oh, they will. Yeah. Hey, listen, man, it's a hard fall from the top. So they're going to have some victories this year, but the moment is going to happen when the bottom falls out of that deal, and that's when we'll see if the Jets are really, really going to be something that can go down the road or not.
Well, they get the right speeches. Everybody's fired up about Robert Saleh, telling them, everybody's got to go through us too. They're all hating on us. He's starting to try to manufacture the chip on the shoulder, like the nobody besides us in this locker room believes in us angle.
And Sean Payton.
You planning on getting Baker Mayfield later?
Do what?
That's what you do when you have Baker Mayfield, not when you have Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers played for a little while.
Absolutely, absolutely. We've got, man, this Saints and Titans game is like a heavyweight battle, man. It's just literally like Foreman and Ali kind of deal.
Hey, what is going on with fucking Jordan Burrow and the Cincinnati Bengals?
Well, I think, again, they ran into that. Eric was on that early, and I got to give it to him. I jumped on the bandwagon with him right there. He was banging the Cleveland drum, and Cleveland at home in week 1 is usually not too terrible. As I'm looking at the scoreboard right now, we got some pretty good stuff going on outside the dadgum Steelers, who are just going to go ahead and bend over and take it.
That's so weird to me.
Do what?
It's bizarro world with the Steelers right now.
I know. At home, week 1. Come on.
Mhm.
Well, let's talk about this afternoon window, gentlemen. I'm fired up about it. I'm going to tell you a couple that I like, and you guys kind of kick it around there. I don't want to take unless you got another agenda, because I can.
No, that's what we're
let's
doing.
go.
We're recapping what's happening and we're previewing what's coming.
Man,
I
need a little rally here. So I'm trying to quarterback this afternoon window and some games I really like. I love Denver laying the 3 against the Raiders. I really do. The Sean Payton era begins, and I just think that Denver comes out and wants to make some sort of statement, or the dadgum sure better want to make a statement, because they've said a lot. I'm not convinced anybody on the Raiders even wants to play this season.
Yep.
I mean,
No.
You guys
mad.
added Jacobs. How good is Jacobs right now?
What's he been doing? Has he been on vacation?
Yeah.
Has he been running down the beach
Yeah.
or laying on the beach drinking Mai Tais?
I mean, even if he comes in and he's 110%, you got a new guy that's under center there. That's got to take some getting used to, doesn't it?
Yeah. And he's
I
not
mean,
a
I'm
chuck
on the
it down the
Broncos
field and
laying
trust your
3.
guy.
I went to my Broncos guy, which is used to live in my house, but now he's probably running an illegal booking operation in somewhere downtown Weatherford right now, Oklahoma. But I've talked to him like 3 times, and he says he likes their chances today. I don't know.
He's a
That's
big
going to be a
Russ
good
Wilson
one
guy.
too. Good. I mean, it's a good West matchup.
Broncos haven't beaten the Raiders in a long time. They're probably due.
Yeah, I mean, and it's at home, so
Elevation.
I mean, you come out at home in week 1 and can't get it done, you literally just find yourself in the basement looking up for the rest of the season, especially in that division.
Yeah,
people start talking about the job already.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and lock that one down as one of my favorites. Some of the other matchups that are really good and really interesting to me. This Cowboys-Giants matchup tonight's another one that I just can't wrap my mind around. And I almost want to stay away from it, but I'm thinking that my record today is probably going to pull me in. But, looking in the afternoon, another one. The Chargers-Dolphins are good. Our friend from Miami would tell us that this is a lock of the century. I'm probably going to scud the books. But if we don't see the mushroom cloud from the greater Miami area, I'm kind of on the Chargers laying the 3. What do you think?
Yeah.
I'm on
the
Miami.
Dolphins flying out west
Are you?
for a late game. Justin Herbert chucking it down the field. They're not going to have any home fan support, but they never have any home fan support, and they still win football games.
Boy, but if Bosa gets a hold of what do you call him?
Tua. Yeah, Tua Kwando.
No, Tua what? Tua Taekwondo?
Yeah, Tua Kwando.
Tua Kwando. Tua Jitsu?
Tua Jitsu. Yeah, that's what it was. Coach, you're muted.
Yeah, I
Sorry.
was talking to somebody.
Chris, you like the fish flying all the way from coast to coast?
No, I'm talking shit. I don't like Bosa behind there. I think he's going to give Tua some fits back there, and I don't. He might get hurt. Yeah. I'm still fragile on Tua, man.
Well, as you should be.
So is Tua.
Yeah. I mean, I've had a pretty good run of luck on coast to coast games, and it's hard to go from one end to the other. I know it's week 1, but I mean, these guys still play how
long have they been there?
Yeah, exactly.
Weeks?
I mean,
that's a good question. Are they acclimated?
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I like the over on that. We talked about it earlier today. The over-under is 51. I've got the over.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That's going to be a fun, entertaining game. I think the league wants that one to have some points. Maybe the refs were told to let some shit go.
Well, I like the angle there.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at putting together a little 3-teamer today that's going to put me right back where I need to be. And I'm going to go
back.
I'm going to go Broncos. I'm going to go Broncos, Chargers, and the over at 51 and see how that sets me going forward today. What do you think?
Yeah, I like that.
I'm going to go a little 3-teamer that's going to put me right back in the pay window, set me up right for a good Monday night. Or even if it doesn't go my way, we've got the Cowboys and Giants to pull the rally there.
Yep.
Coach, what do you think about Eagles-Pats?
I've been looking at that one several times today. I've looked at it and I thought, man, I don't want to go against Bill at home. I like the Eagles as far as the side. And then I was looking at the over and under on it, and I thought, maybe I'd go the under. I don't know. It's 44 and a half. 44 and a half on the over under. So I thought maybe I'd go under and just see what I could do, but I don't want to add it to the other one. I don't feel as strongly. I mean, you guys have kind of got me convinced on the over on the Chargers and Dolphins game should score a lot of points. Although that the Fangio defense is supposed to be a lot better. I don't know if it's a lot better against a white hot Chargers team that kind of slings it all around the field. I mean, you're going to get tested early.
Yeah, for sure. You're going to find out what you got back there.
Let's be honest. He is genius D coordinator in the NFC North, and then he's a failed head coach in the AFC West. So what's he do against an AFC high-powered quarterback? He hasn't really been proven himself. So that's a bit of a stretch, but if we're talking defensive coordinators, he's not locking down a lot of West Coast style offenses.
I put a little alt spread parlay together based on our discussion so far. I have Denver Broncos -6, New York Giants -1, and over 51.5 in the Dolphins Chargers game. That's a 10-1 deal there. $53.80. That's what I'm going to be collecting after these things all happen.
Yeah, gotcha, man. I like where you're at there. Like I said, man, I think I don't know if I'm going to go. I really would like to add the under at 44.5 on that Philadelphia and I mean in Foxborough. I don't know week one if they come in there and just light it up. I just expect a little week one rust. Do what?
It's Tom Brady Day, which I predicted will backfire.
Well,
meaning they're trotting him out.
Yeah, they're giving him what? Putting him in the Ring of Honor today?
Yeah. No, I think it's just like a thank you Tom Brady Day, right?
Oh, okay.
Putting him in the Ring of Honor.
Well, and then you take on the NFC champs who come in there. I mean, they're going to be able to move it a little, but they
lost both coordinators. They lost the Super Bowl. They played football into February. Like I'm starting to, based on how today's going with the early game, I'm starting to really talk myself into the New England Patriots.
Okay.
I still go back to the O-line. They've got a sick O-line, and they can fall back on that, and they'll keep things moving for sure.
I mean,
they're going to win trenches.
They drafted the Jalen Carter kid. They had an excellent draft.
Well, and let's talk about if they get if they do what you're saying, John, and they go back to that O-line and they just try to grind it out, I mean, that kind of falls back into my lap of loving the under, because that's a classic move for the Patriots. That's the way the Patriots will be in the game, is if they can muck it up enough to where, they fall around and it's a 17-10 fourth quarter and they're still in it. They can't allow the Eagles to just come out and be a track meet. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. That game is something that I really don't know what to expect. And the game we haven't talked about really, the Rams and Seahawks. The Seahawks have been pretty good and quietly doing some great things.
Angela just entered the room. We got another. Now the whole gang's together. The whole family.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Welcome.
What's up, bitches?
How you doing?
Good.
Good to see you.
I'm realizing that Chris has a big head.
Man.
Coach sent me an Orioles hat that did not fit me. That was a little too large.
God. Of course.
Yeah.
Yep. You got to have a large cranium to fit all those blitzes in there.
Yeah.
So your Vikings are currently up. Nope, they're currently down 17-10 to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, despite Justin Jefferson having 1,000,000 yards. Evidently,
So the
Jefferson's
last,
had a great day, and so has Addison.
yeah, he's going to be really good this year. I'm
Yep.
excited about that, actually.
Yep.
I was pretty excited to see that too. I think he's going to get a lot of looks, being the number 2 guy.
Yep, definitely.
Yeah, and he's showing a lot more skills than Thielen did last year.
Yeah.
The
Oh
guy
my
was done for.
gosh. Yeah, unfortunately.
I haven't seen Thielen all morning.
No. Not sure he's even playing.
Been invisible.
Yeah. Well, he's like 33, 30 years old. I don't know. It's 60 in wide receiver years.
That is true. Ooh, 17.
The Seahawks are 3.5-point favorite at home over the Los Angeles Rams. Should they be? Are the Rams so depleted that they can't go into Seattle and keep it within a field goal?
I thought it's moved recently, and it's up to 4.5 is what I've got.
Oh, I got 3.5 here.
Okay,
So
I like that even better.
I think I'd rather lay the 3.5 with Seattle at home. What's the weather situation up there? I wonder. Probably nothing significant in early September.
65 degrees.
I think the Rams have some solid guys at starting positions, but they have no depth at all. They haven't drafted anyone in like 3 years.
Who's starting for the Rams at quarterback?
Matthew Stafford.
They still got old man Stafford?
Yeah. With the surgically repaired neck, or I'm not sure if he had surgery on his neck. I just know he had a neck injury. That's never good.
I think he's probably you want to talk about a guy that's 60 years old in NFL years. Stafford, good gravy.
He'll be there after this year.
They're on the hook for a couple of years now, because I think if they got to pay him like $60 million if he retires.
Don't they have Stetson Bennett, who's also 60 years old?
Yes.
Yeah.
And also from Georgia.
Yeah. Nice. They got a Georgia tandem up there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what everybody's doing, drafting as many Georgia players as they can. It's like the
it's
Alabama
not a bad recipe,
process.
I'll tell you that. Good night.
Yeah. No.
Well,
I hesitate to believe that Geno Smith is the guy we saw for 0.75 years and not the guy we saw for 9.25 years. It seems more likely that he's the old Geno Smith, but maybe Pete Carroll just figured out.
Oh, you're
right.
You're
Touchdown, Minnesota. Dude, our Ridley parlay has life. We put a 5-leg parlay together on Wake and Rake this morning, and if we get more than 45.5 points in this Bucks-Vikings game, we're looking really good.
You got a chance.
We currently have 34. Maybe they'll go for 2 and get us to 35.
Nice.
Fourth quarter, one drive. What's your quarterback? You want Cousins or you want Mayfield?
Ooh. Mayfield, because Cousins showed me that when the season is on the line, he'll throw it to the tight end 4 yards behind the sticks.
Yeah, I was finding
and I can't have that.
It seems to me that his periphery sucks. Like, I feel like he's not seeing everything on the field most of the time. I don't know.
He's going to pull a Jameis and get eye surgery.
Oh, my God.
I mean, he's firing it all over the field. Justin Jefferson is making all the fantasy owners happy. Maybe this game will go to overtime.
Oh, that would be beautiful.
A
Beautiful.
little overtime to connect the two windows together.
Oh, yeah,
nice.
That'd be great. Give us a little something to watch in between. You know, I don't know. I'll catch you up here, Angela. I've been pretty much been getting kicked in the giblets today. The early window was not kind to the old coach, and neither was last night. I
was concerned about your health. You sound a lot better, by the way, I might add.
Yeah, but I've been taking various drugs and some experimental things, and I think it's working. Should
Perfect.
be.
I love it.
So it's doing all right, but we'll see. I can't seem to get rid of it. So
kicked in the giblets. You had a hard night yesterday, is what you're talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
Or today also.
Both. The early window is not. The Pittsburgh Steelers have pretty much let me down. Everything else has been pretty good. I think I was on the right side of the Jacksonville and the Colts, but even that one is not. It's not over. We're 17-14 game in the third. So
That's a shocker right now. So the Colts.
that is
up
a
on
shocker.
deck.
I just didn't foresee the Colts being as good as they are. And so we have that one. The Browns, Eric talked me into jumping on the Browns bandwagon late, and I got on them. So I've got a Browns, Jaguars, and then a Steelers 3-teamer that's going up in flames right now because Pittsburgh can do nothing. So
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're going to rally in the late window, and we talked about that right before you got here. I'm on the Broncos laying 3, Chargers, and then the over at 51.5 on the Chargers game. Chargers and Dolphins. What do you think?
That sounds good to me. I'm excited to see how the Broncos are going to do. I mean, not just today, but all season.
Yeah, no, me
It's
too.
going to be interesting.
We were talking about home on week 1. They've got to come out and make a statement, don't they, under the Sean Payton regime?
Remember that Adam Sandler skit, The Longest Pee?
Yeah,
Oh
that was it, huh?
I'm about to add to it. I'll be right back.
Oh my goodness. It was affecting my ability to host a show. I had some energy drinks this morning, so then I was just hammering water to make up ground. And all those tributaries just came together there about
I
10
feel like
minutes into the show.
when John gets back, I'll maybe have to enter the
It's like,
contest.
I'm not gonna make it.
Why not?
I'm not gonna make it. So we got 34 total points in this Bucks-Vikings game. Tennessee Titans 9, New Orleans Saints 9, just like everybody thought it would go. I expected to see some points in that game with the Tennessee pass defense being terrible, allegedly, and New Orleans having quality wide receivers. Michael Thomas came out of the gate, started catching footballs.
That was like the Michael Thomas of 2019. He came back and he was doing some great things there. The Saints and Titans, like I said, have been a heavyweight battle back and forth. And gosh, you love to see my man, early Henry. Early Henry is dirty. He's running over people, just breaking off angry runs. I think he caught about a 45 or 50 yard little dump out in the flats and took it a long ways down there, roughed up some people.
They threw him that one in the flat, and he got a good 8-10 yard run going before anybody touched him. And
that's a big man moving at a high rate of speed to bring down.
You don't even want to try after that. No.
No.
So what do you think happens in the Green Bay Packers Chicago Bears game? So many questions will be answered. Is Jordan Love good? Is Justin Fields good? Is it a new look division? Today marks year 7 of covering the Bears. Beyond grateful to be able to do this. Never seen a game like this. It looks like the Chicago media is very excited.
Oh,
the Packers have given up on trading for Jonathan Taylor, which I do support.
Yeah, there comes a time when you I don't think that conversation lasted as long as everybody wants to make it. I mean, it's pretty simple. You pick up the phone and say, "Hey, here's what we're willing to do. What do you think?" And they go, "Yay or nay." Yeah, we're in the ballpark, or no, we're not. I mean, that would have been a great addition, but really, would it? I mean, they're not hurting at running back.
I think
they don't need a running back. I fully expect this is what I expect we're going to see tonight in the Jordan Love debut. We're going to see a healthy dose of watching him hand the dadgum ball off. And if they're smart, that's exactly what they'll do, because that's the only way they're going to win the game. I mean, they're literally going to have to line up and dominate up front. And Dylan and what's his name? Gosh, Aaron Jones are going to have to, just pretty much put the team on their back and have a great night. Both of them. You know, maybe you get the tight end and Dubs involved a little later, but good night. They're Jordan Love toting the mail and carrying them to victory is not and should not be the Green Bay game plan right now. If that's the case, then I think that at the end of the day today, we're looking at each other going, wow, buckle in for a long season.
Yeah.
So as an outsider who doesn't cheer for that team typically, it was interesting for me to hear this morning when you guys were doing Wake and Rake, when Jordan was giving his take on how he really feels like the Packers are going to be really good this year. So I was like, he's pretty learned and like, not a Packer fan. So that I thought was pretty interesting to hear, because I think they're going to be good, but not great. And I don't know that they can win today. John, what do you think about today's game?
He's a
Are you
learned
confident?
scholar.
I think if the Bears lose today, you're going to see a lot of furious Bears fans, because everything we've been saying for the last couple of years, we just need to get some field some weapons. We've got it. No more excuses. And on top of that, you got no weapons that you're dealing with on the outside. So if we don't win, then we might need to start really looking internally at what the heck are we even doing if we can't beat Green Bay week one.
Oh, it's all
Now,
set up. It's all set
I
up for
say
the
all
Bears
that.
to dominate, right?
I say all that, and then after the news of Christian Watson being out, the line moved in favor of the Green Bay Packers. So I'm about to put my tinfoil hat on, but I think there's something going on. I
Well,
don't know what it is.
Let's talk about that for a second, because here's the thing, and I think it's sometimes things happen and people can get out of their own way. Like for instance, if you have Watson in this game and you're LaFleur, you're very tempted to schematically come up with a way to get those guys involved early and often and get Love really rolling. But once he's out of the game, once he's gone, that removes that temptation and to throw it down the field. And now you come back to where you should be, which is your home base, which is literally lining up the football on the football,
Run the damn ball.
Running the daggum ball and playing good defense, which mind you, since the beginning of time has been a recipe for success.
It has worked for millennia.
There is a guy named Trent Dilfer that has a ring to testify to that literally you can play defense and line up and run the ball and you can win a Super Bowl. It can happen. So in what Angela said, I believe wholeheartedly that Green Bay can be successful this year. The problem that I have with that is I think that they need to get out of their own way a little bit and realize what they have. And if they will develop that run game early and play solid defense, the third and fourth quarters of the games will open it up for Dobbs and even Watson later in the year. I think that we're going to see some great things from Love if he can be successful early by putting him in the right situations. I'm not saying we got a 4 yards in the cloud of dust, but I'm just saying schematically, the plan of attack today ought to be Aaron Jones and Dillon both have 100 yards rushing.
Yep. Let's run the ball. A couple bootlegs, slants. Keep it simple. Maybe a jet sweep or two. That might be too advanced.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you line up and then you factor in the fact that Love can move a little bit. I mean, so on a third and short or whatever, he can go get you the first down. They have an opportunity to be successful here, but people forget that the other teams practice too, and there's a guy in Chicago that kind of moves pretty well too.
Yeah.
So we'll see. It's going to be good. I'm the big question mark to me is that Green Bay defense. They've spent a ton of money on it. I've seen it.
Yeah.
I want to believe it's good, but they're going to get tested today.
It has all the talent.
Yeah. They're going to get tested.
So,
how does a Green Bay defense, a pretty young Green Bay defense that has had a pretty hefty price tag put on it and an emphasis on the strength of the team now, they're going to play against a dude that can really move. It's going to be good.
Yeah, he's quite fast. Did they pay Rashawn Gary yet, or have they just promised that they're going to pay him? He's going to get a huge contract if he hasn't already. And that kid deserves it. He plays well. And he's not making a big deal of it. He's just playing football, focusing on the task at hand. He knows these fucking flies. Well, we're going to get him.
I didn't wow. I didn't love
they've been
that
at us all day. There's only two, and they are wily as fuck.
Oh man, you guys,
we've zapped them at least once, and they've withstood that.
You guys have been tiptoeing in the product a little bit. I can see already. All right, so wow, I bet that macaroni and cheese was pretty fascinating.
A mac and cheese bacon bratwurst that with a little Goldens on there.
Hey, you sent me a picture, and there was a little bit of. I was like, man, could I possibly make it there today?
All you got
That
to
was
do is you come in, you get full spicoli, go out and then just munch.
Oh yeah, nice, man. They're taking good care of you guys there. They really rolled out the red carpet. That place, man.
Good partners.
Yeah,
Nice.
it's a high end. It's a high end place. It's a really nice store. They just fully renovated it. Had
Well,
a
they got
stand-up
people back
comedian
there.
in
They're
here
doing the
this morning.
business today. It's open.
Yeah.
They really covered all the bases. Like they were very thoughtful about all of the things that went into it. And they're so nice. Just the nicest, super kind, most
Seriously.
helpful, awesome people. Love them.
That is awesome. It would even make an old guy like me think about, man, maybe I need some other options. That might cure what ails me.
Yep. It could be.
I might, you know what? I'll tell you what. Today
You
I'm
do
gonna
it,
get on the
coach. I'll do
horn.
it.
I'm gonna get on the horn with one of them guys up there at Can of Bloom and mix me up a concoction and fire it in the mail down here.
Yep.
See if we can't
There's
get
a
this
gummy
thing
or a
kicked.
tincture in there that'll get you right. They got
I
beef jerky with CBD in there.
That's what I'm talking about.
What?
That's big time.
Yeah.
That's
Got
next
beverages.
level stuff.
Mm-hmm. She's got some kind of purple Japanese import Red Bull back there that I'm going to try. As a Red Bull connoisseur, I feel like I have to.
So is that a sipping deal or is that one of those deals where you go ahead and poke a hole in the side and take it down in the parking lot?
Yeah, that's what the dentist said I should do. So
That's what I'm talking
probably
about.
listening. He said, "quote If you have to drink them, drink it all right away." So that's how I took that.
Nice.
Just your Halloween candy.
Good call. Good call.
Ooh, Saints jumped ahead of the Titans 16-9. That's a weird.
We're
it's a weird
13-3 with 11 minutes in the fourth. It looks like Burrow's getting serious.
My game's tied up.
You
Oh,
can
we're
get
tied.
the Bengals at plus 750 right now. I might do
Wow.
that.
That's
Cincinnati
not-
Bengals are they're a high-end football team, and the Browns are the Browns, so they could brown. You never know.
Oh, they could. They could.
Seems like the perfect end to that early window.
Yep.
That would be.
It
Have
really
you guys
does.
been?
Yeah.
Have you guys been using the 8-ball at all?
Yep. We've consulted it a couple times. It told us we were going to have a good day of watching football. That's come through so far.
Yep.
So it's got a solid record. Final score predictions. What's your final score prediction, producer Chris, on the Packers game?
31-17 back.
31-17 Pack. I like that. I think 24-17 Packers. We got a new kick. We got a kicker not named Mason Crosby, so I'll be interested. I want to see him kick at least one.
I'm saying 21-17 Bears.
Bears.
I was going to say 28-17 Bears.
It's
I
not
think-
right.
I think it'll be an ass kicking.
All right, so the room is split. What do you think, Coach?
Woo.
He's calculating.
No pressure. Don't forget to carry the one.
One.
I'm going to go 19-15 in an ugly game. I'll go 19-15 Packers.
That sounds like fun. 19 to
That score
15.
sounds like a couple of turnovers. Is what that sounds
There's going to be some ugly
fumbles, the whole thing,
Yep.
all of it.
Oh yeah.
Just a shit show.
I'll tell you what. If either side scores 31, I can promise you the Packers don't want a part of that.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You don't want to get in the track meet. That's not their game. And if they come out and try to do that, it's ignorance. LaFleur is ignorant.
Especially without Christian Watson. You can't
No.
go trying to make this thing
No.
a track meet without
No.
Christian Watson out there. That kid runs like a deer, but he's going to be in a sweatshirt tonight.
Yeah, no, he does not. They don't have the weapons to come to that party. So
No.
they want to muck it up and run the ball. That's their recipe for success tonight for the green and gold. And the other side of it is you want to get Field in the open and try to you want him to be like a gazelle. You want the track meet.
Yeah. Yeah, when that kid takes off, it's scary. It's scary. You wonder if anybody's going to catch up to him. And then even if they do, they can't. Tackling has really taken a
Oh, we just went flea flicker. We just went
Ooh.
flea flicker and missed it down the seams. Good job, Tannehill.
Oh yeah, that's because that's my tight end. That's why he didn't catch that.
God, Tannehill is garbage.
Whoa, he's always good for a long reception. He's I think he was like second or third in the league in yards per reception.
The best non-quarterback to ever come out of A&M.
Yep. So we got that Packers game, the Raiders Broncos. We love the Broncos. The Rams Seahawks. I like the Seahawks there. I think the Seahawks at home. I think the 12th man. Chargers Dolphins. We just think a lot of points. Huh?
I'm going Chargers.
Dolphins
I'm laying the
on the
3,
bus.
and then I'm going to go with the over. So I think I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to punch that up into a 3-teamer. Take the Broncos, Chargers, Broncos and Chargers laying 3, and then the over at 51, and see if I can light some fires and kick some tires and make magic happen over here in the late window. I'm tempted to tack on that Seattle deal. The more you talk about it, the more I get excited, but I don't want to get greedy here because I know I'm going to hit. I just don't know how big.
That's our T-shirt. I know I'm going to hit. I don't know how big.
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know when the hit's going to come and what I'm going to have on it, but it's going to happen here soon.
One thing I do know is it's coming through for me.
That's right. 70% of the time, it works every time.
Yep. A lot of question marks in Eagles Patriots. I think them. I think Philly's going to struggle a little bit with brand new coordinators. Bill Belichick has been thinking about this game for a month at least. He got rid of the girlfriend. All he's been thinking about is the Philadelphia Eagles. It's not going to be Jalen Hurts running around that beats him, I don't think. I'm sure they've been practicing all week to not let that happen. And you know what? I just put it together. Malik Cunningham. Remember that kid in the preseason? He's been scout team Jalen Hurts all week, guaranteed. I like the Patriots. I like the Patriots now. 3.5.
Yeah, I like where your mind's at there. I do. The Patriots at home on Tom Brady Day, they got all the reasons in the world to pull an upset. I'm not going to tag it to my 3-teamer only because I think I'm safe where I'm at. I do love the late window opportunity with Dallas and the Giants, and that's a real mystery to me. What do you guys think on that one in case we have to get the emergency going here?
I automatically like the Giants, but it kind of scares me with Darren Waller being questionable game time decision. Cowboys have that pass rush. They just drafted that giant kid in the middle. I forgot what his name is. But they got Micah Parsons, the leading, he's the favorite to win Defensive Player of the Year. He always is. He puts up like 17, 18 sacks. But then again, a scrambling quarterback is good against a strong pass rush because they can hit those holes and take off when the pocket's collapsing. So I still like Daniel Jones. I could never pick the Cowboys, especially on the road. No, Giants.
Danny Dimes with the W, huh?
I wonder what his record is in primetime games. I heard it's bad. He could be like new Kirk Cousins. Those are things I've heard.
That is in New York, right?
Don't put that evil on him. Don't put that evil on him.
Pick anybody else.
He hasn't done anything wrong.
Is it in New York or Dallas?
It's in New York.
They shouldn't have called them the Elves. The Browns are not messing around today.
They are definitely not.
You shouldn't have called them the Elves.
Let's look at this guy, number 6. He's kind of good. Oh, first down.
He's pretty good. He's handing the ball off. That's a smart move.
That's always makes you look good as a quarterback. Go ahead and hand it off to a big guy. Let him run.
Exactly. Now, our Monday night tilt. Bills and Jets. Aaron Rodgers.
I thought there was too much value on the money line here for the Jets. So I bet it plus 114. Really? So I think I really am convinced they're going to win that game. I'm very convinced they will.
I'm seeing plus 105, so it's moving in your direction, John. You're looking like the smart guy here.
Again.
Usually is.
Yeah, as I was scrolling, and Coach, I keep mentioning this, I had to put all my bets in yesterday because you can't gamble in Wisconsin. So I'm on the tarmac, it's scrolling through, which is the perfect opportunity. It's almost like when you pick teams in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah.
and you just comb through. And that one jumped out at me.
So are you at peace with that, or are you squirmy
Very
right now?
I'm very much at peace because I wasn't thinking. It was all gut. My gut's never wrong.
Nice.
That's what you want.
Nice.
You want to
Nice.
get
I
on,
like
on
that.
gut and vibes as much as possible.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
you can't really think about it when the stewardess is saying, "Here's the instructions for all this and that." You just,
Exactly.
all right,
You know
boom,
what?
we're in.
Just
Yep.
banging the drum. Submit.
That's
right.
a
Start-
good analogy.
You start saying although 4, 5, 6 times like I just did, and that's no longer.
That's not where you want to be. No.
Talking
No.
yourself
You're
out of
lost in
it.
the woods.
No, I'm
Forest for the trees or whatever.
I'm just sending them down range. They're gonna hit. I know that they're in the middle.
Yeah.
I'm just sending them downrange. Fantastic.
All right.
Oh, it's like the drive-through at the bank, man. They're sending the tube through. It's either coming or going. We just don't know which ones it's gonna be.
Exactly.
Man, this is
What else
some
we
good-
got? Anything? These second games are about to kick off. The Green Bay
I'm
Packers.
just still amazed at the Colts.
Me too.
Colts 21, Jags 17. No way.
God,
This week is bonkers.
a complete kick to the giblets.
That game's
Thanks.
not over yet.
Thanks,
We got
Jack.
Jags minus 4.5. Thanks.
Week 1, all dogs. That's my new rule. Until these favorites show me they can win a football game and cover, I mean, especially home underdogs like Cleveland is. Now,
Yeah.
what home underdogs do we have in the late window? We have almost none, just the Patriots, Giants, and then the
That
Jets.
was a
obviously.
fumble. Oh my god. Sorry, guys. What an a-hole.
Can't go into
Seriously.
it.
We've got to get in this afternoon window, gentlemen.
All right, Coach, you get your bets in. Everybody else do the same. We wish you the best of luck on all of that. Oh, I can't stop the recording. That's right.
Yes.
Now, you guys
Make
can
sure
stay
you
right with me
subscribe to the
here as I
channel.
go ahead and submit this.
Yep.
No, he's just gonna
You can hold my hand.
Yeah.
Follow.
We want to make sure that the second you do, we don't go, "Oh, fucking did it."
Follow
What-
Coach-
Oh, he did it. He really did it.
Got him.
Got him.
This idiot thinks the Patriots are laying points.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, it's down to 50.5 on the Dolphins and Chargers.
Told you.
Perfect.
That's stealing money.
Yep, you're right, Coach. Anything around 50, under 54 is stealing money. How is this game not 34-21?
Yeah.
It's-
You know what?
You
How
want
about
two
the
top 10
40.5 on Green Bay and the dadgum
Woof.
Bears tonight?
Woof.
That's low respect right there. That's a total lack of respect for Jordan Love and his abilities.
Yeah, it is.
They'll
And I
see.
love the
They'll
under.
all see. In 14 minutes, you'll all see what Jordan Love is capable of.
Oh, I can't wait.
That's
All right. Here we go.
We will see you right back here when Sunday morning. Yes, Sunday morning for Wake and Rake. Best of luck with your afternoon window. Find us on the Twitter at SRNTWK. We'll be tweeting out takes and opinions on the games going on and coming up. Interact with us. Join our Discord. It's the pin tweet. Go to patriotsportsnow.com. Follow Fantasy Sports Corporation. We're over there doing our fantasy football stuff. That's where Wake and Rake lives now. If you were looking for Wake and Rake this morning, it's moved over to Fantasy Sports Corporation. Find that on the YouTube. Get yourself subscribed, and we'll win some bets together. Sound good? Sound good. Till then, be good to each other. Chris, kick the outro music.
You've been listening to Patriot Sports Radio. If you're sick of all the national talking heads and biases of mainstream sports media, like we are, this show is for you. We hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like, rate, and review. And we'll be back soon. For more content and merch, hit up www.patriotsportsnow.com. Find us on Twitter at PatriotsPod, on Instagram and Facebook at Patriot Sports Now, and on Getter, Rumble, and YouTube at Patriot Sports. Take care, and we'll see you next time.